I'm interested though on to pick up on something that you just mentioned there around saying things were pretty simple, because I think your situation in terms of, like you mentioned, that you're sort of earlier on in your career, that it's that you were, and hats off to you for getting involved early and making sure you did have that foundation set. But you're probably earlier on than some other people that might have had, been doing stuff for a bunch of times or random things or whatever. Can you tell me though, and I don't, maybe I won't get the answer that I was thinking I might for this one, but like when you thought about it being quite simple before you came in, how do you feel that in terms of all the different stuff that you went through and the process, the decision making and the considerations for you in making those decisions, did you feel like it was more or less simple, or how did it sort of relate to what you were thinking before you jumped in?
I think it was more holistic. Like it did take into account lots of different aspects of my life. So in that sense, you're right that it was, not as simple as just spending and saving, but I think looking at how different parts of the financial plan connect in terms of, yes, my super is there as well, and then my investment is there as well, and my spending is there as well, and then you guys took into account what my long-term goals were. So in that sense, it is a balancing act,
and I think that sometimes we think, because it's like money's one of these things that it hits your bank account, so you think it should be simple, and you're like, oh, it's just this and it's just that. I know for me it's the same. If I start like talking to our tech people about something, I'm like, oh, that sounds simple, like we'll just do that, and then this automation should happen like that, and they're like, oh no, it's like all of the things that sit behind. But you often don't see that without knowing the insides and out of that stuff. It's interesting. Patience in place for whatever comes next.